Hello, thanks for being here with me, Tiger Lilith Tarot. This is going to be a first quarter moon spread reading for Pisces placements. Hello, Pisces. Everyone else watching, we're going to take a look at energies for the first quarter moon, February 8th to the 16th, I think until the full moon. This moon phase is a time of action. The moon's light is growing. So I'm going to take a look here at what energies are going to help you move towards whatever goal it is, or any intentions, manifestations that you might have set with the new moon or just that you might have in general. And we'll look at energies that are going to, hinder advancing towards your goal, and then pull some advice cards. And we will get an oracle card from Astrology oracle deck I have, and that might answer some questions. There are phrases on there for spiritual, mental, and physical. So we'll see what that turns out. Let's get going here, Pisces. What will help Pisces during the next 3 weeks, during the next week? Sorry here. So helpful energy. Okay, the Five of Swords. So, okay. Five of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, Seven of Swords. All right. Pisces, I feel like what this energy is saying is that I feel like the advice is to take some risks when it comes to who you engage with, who you talk to, who you share your thoughts with. There's something about this Five of Swords energy, it's very yes or no. One person leaves. There's a clear winner and loser with the Five of Swords. So while that energy can feel a bit combative, it also gives you a clear idea of this side and this side. I feel like in this sense, the Five Swords energy would help aid you in setting a boundary, because then we have the Knight of Pentacles. It's like it's going to assist you in starting to move slowly towards something. Engaging with people that have different opinions than you about things is somehow going to bring some sort of stabilizing energy. That's what it feels like. It's going to make you more determined about something, more thoughtful about something. And then we have the Seven of Swords here, which I think is also about the Seven of Swords is learning the lessons of lies and deceit that have been going on. He's leaving the encampment here, right? And taking the swords with him. The swords represent him being lied to, cheated. Someone stole from him. It almost feels like this Five of Swords energy engaging in, I'm going to say friendly debate, because all this energy does is it doesn't have to end in resentment, right? The Five of Swords. Just because it leaves with a clear answer of who's right and who's wrong and who won and who lost, that doesn't need to come with it a sense of resentment. That is something that you have to bring to that. And it is those feelings are a result of that dialogue that you have about opinions. There's something about having that dialogue now so that you can start moving more thoughtfully to avoid being deceived later on. It's like if you learn the lessons now, it won't happen again, is what it feels like. If you but if you engage, something about engaging with other people that have different thoughts and beliefs than you, different thinking specifically. Okay, under energies that is going to hinder or block you from moving towards your goal during this moon phase, we have Death, the King of Pentacles, and the Fool. Okay. Feel Death and the Fool are both talking about trying something new. Death, I feel what energies are going to hinder you is trying to transform an old energy into something else, trying to change something. Trying to transition one energy from another. It's not advising. Says that would hinder movement for you. But at the same time, staying exactly where you are with the King of Pentacles, and being almost grown into your environment is not going to help either. And then we have the Fool here, which is also which is a new beginning. So an energy of starting something brand new from scratch is going to hinder going towards your obstacle, but also transforming. We'll see more when we clarify here. It's almost, your advice with the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight. I almost feel like your advice is, just based on this, is to stay where you are. Not with like the King of Pentacles, not so much so that you're grown into it and you're showing off what you have. Not showing off, but the King of Pentacles is generous. I don't think it's saying don't be generous right now, but I almost feel like it's saying starting something new is not the answer. Transforming an old energy is the answer. Remaining exactly where you are isn't either. But there's something about learning how to do something a different way, a more thoughtful way, by engaging with different opinions and different thinking. Learning lessons from others, like different ways of thinking. Okay, let's see. Advice cards here. Messages from Spirit. Yeah, Page of Swords. Be curious. Have a very curious mind right now, Pisces. Research. A lot of research. Look into things. Ask questions. Nine of Cups and Page of Pentacles. Yeah, more page energy. Pages are students. They're just learning. That's why their minds are they can be not all over the place, but they're open to new ways because they are students. So the Nine of Cups here and the Page of Pentacles. The Nine of Cups, I feel, is saying another card of patience. The Nine of Cups is a Make-A-Wish card because the Ten of Cups is the ultimate fulfillment. He's waiting patiently here for his wish to come true. He's sitting and waiting patiently. So, like I said, it's almost like an energy of really concentrate on learning lessons and engaging with others, talking with others, not starting something new, not transforming, not staying so stuck that you're exactly where you are and you'll never move anywhere with the King of Pentacles. Yeah, the Chariot is at the bottom of the deck. Movement forward. The Chariot is driving something forward with your willpower alone, and it can be a message of needing to compromise so that all the pieces of the Chariot can come together. There's a need for an appreciation of differences with the Chariot. In this Chariot, we have white and black here. The colors are different. That was done obviously. It was to draw attention to that you need to two things that look different had to come together so that the Chariot could start moving. So there's a need to bring a different sort of energy, a different perspective, and do a different way of learning so that you can move forward. Okay, let's see what clarifies this, Pisces. So we're going to look at the Five of Swords. Five of Swords, we have the Two of Wands for your advice. Okay, the Two of Wands is longing for something more. He has everything he wants. He's walking along a castle wall and he's looking, so he has a castle, but he's still looking at a globe here. He's still longing for adventure. He's longing for something more. So I think The advice here, what will help, or not advice, but what will help you, Five of Swords with the Two of Wands, is going on those adventures of the mind with people. Taking and exploring the world, other people's worlds, by talking, communicating with others, and being, it's like, I feel like it's being open to being wrong, but also being open to being right. It's not the Five of Swords, there's a clear yes and no answer. There's a clear winner and a clear loser. So it's almost like having the confidence to speak up, because you're not going to be on the no side or the loser side or whatever the quote unquote, unpopular side is all the time. The Knight of Pentacles, clarified by the Six of Wands, under advice. Under energies that will help. Feeling triumphant about what you have already accomplished. I feel like what it's saying here with the Six of Wands, and Six of Wands is about feeling accomplished, showing off. It's a kind of, can be a big energy of talking about your accomplishments and being a leader. I think energies that will help you is acknowledging that there are other ways to be a leader other than marching into town on horses and carrying banners. There's other ways to lead. The Knight of Pentacles, a slower, more thoughtful, diligent energy. Taking into account, looking at, moving slowly because you're looking at every step before you take it. And celebrating that kind of energy. Celebrating your more diligent energy. Seven of Swords is clarified by the Seven of Cups. Energies that will help you. Yeah, the Seven of Cups. Looking at different possibilities. Learning the lessons of deceit and opening your eyes to seeing that there are different ways of doing things because you learn the lessons. Okay, let's see with Death here. So I really feel like the advice is to not transform something, to not try and change. The Six of Cups with Death. Yeah, nostalgia. Don't go back to the past. It's like, it feels like you want to go back to the comforts of the past, but the advice is, or that will hinder you from whatever goal you are trying to accomplish, is looking back and getting, it's almost like getting sucked into the nostalgia and the sentimentality so much of the past that you think you can bring that into the present and carry it to the future. Feels like that's here. It's like that's what it's advising that energy will hinder. King of Pentacles is clarified by the Devil. Remaining stuck in your material world, remaining bound to the material world, feels like relying on your money and your finances and people knowing that you have money and finances to get you where you want to go. There's something about I feel like an energy that's going to hinder you is throwing your weight around when it comes to finances and your social standing with more in regard, it's like your social standing because of your finances. Like if you have a social standing due to finances, and then you're using that money to just keep you bound in the material world, bound to, anything. The Devil is addictive behavior, but I feel just the material world specifically with the King of Pentacles. I don't think it's an emotional codependency. I don't see relationship aside from just being stuck to what you own and people seeing you and using your money to get what you want, but being very ego driven about it with the Devil. So I feel like it's saying to be careful where you put your money too, to finances. Queen of Swords and the Eight of Cups comes out with the Fool. Energies that will hurt you, Pisces. Or energies that will hinder you. Again, the Eight of Cups is walking away, going on a spiritual journey. The Fool, starting something new. It's like, don't take, I really feel it's advising, like, energies that will hinder you is going on, trying to go on these journeys, these adventures. The Queen of Swords, okay, trying to act like everything is brand new with the Fool so that you can get clarity on the past. Don't go back to the past, Pisces. Don't try and not to go back to the past too much to figure out your present. Because you're doing it because you want justice about something. There's something you feel wronged you, and you want justice for it with the Queen of Swords. But it's advising not to do that. Some situations, it's like you kind of have to accept the apology we'll never receive. Feels like that kind of energy. All right, let's see. Page of Swords under advice. Page of Swords. Be curious. Have an agile, curious mind. Be open to learning new things. Again, talking to people, getting different perspectives. And don't be afraid to engage either, but the page listens more than he talks. So, Page of Swords with the Hierophant under advice. Get curious about your belief system, or about belief systems in general. The Hierophant, what is always done. The Hierophant stands on tradition and value, right? He's the religious leader. So I feel like your advice is to get curious about institutions, about... I really feel it's more your belief system, or belief systems as a whole, and how... and ceremony. Something about having to do with, being curious about those kind of, about like commitments, things like this. Something that feels like an ancient knowledge. The Nine of Cups with the Seven of Coins. For advice, the Seven of Coins is also waiting patiently. Seven of Pentacles. Waiting patiently. He's planted this tree. He has 7 pentacles on it already. He's looking out into the future, but he's waiting to harvest these until they are ready to be harvested. So I feel like there's very patient, stable energy here in your advice cards. And the Page of Pentacles with the Knight of Cups. So something here about learning, about being more... Page of Pentacles. Focusing on your material world, but in a more, the Knight of Cups, almost in a more loving, sensitive, tender way. Your advice is almost like to move forward in the material world with a more loving, kind of dreamy energy. Wow, interesting. The Five of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So, yeah, there is something to this needing to... It's like the Five of Swords. It feels like the air needs to be cleared about something. And before, it's like the air needs to be cleared before anything else can happen. Because all this center energy here for what's going to hurt you is... it has a lot to do with trying to go back and heal something from the past that you feel was done unjustly to you. And I think you're stuck to that to getting that justice with the King of Pentacles and the Devil being in the center of the spread. You're very, you know, it is interesting if you look at the spread this way. It's almost like you're waiting patiently. So, all right, Pisces, we're going to get a oracle card here from Astrology deck. That one just kind of fell out. Not going to take that, but we'll see what this one says. All right, for Pisces. Okay, we have the Sun. So the words on this card, spiritually, it says demonstrate, mentality, realize, physical realm, act like a leader. So there is something about acting like a leader here with the Six of Wands. Six of Wands is Leo's card. This is the Sun, Leo's ruling planet here. So there's something about feeling victorious, acting like a leader by taking slow, diligent, meaningful steps forward. Mentality, there's something that needs to be realized here. And I can see that with to me, the Five of Swords is that energy that needs to be engaged in so that you can clear the air about something. And spiritual realm, it says demonstrate. So I think that has to do with this devil energy here in the night and the King of Pentacles. It's like demonstrate to, you know, the spiritual realm that you cannot be as bound to whatever it is you're bound to here with the King of Pentacles. I think it has something to do with your finances and a social status. All right, this is all I have for you, Pisces. Thanks so much for being here. I will be posting full moon readings along with love readings for Valentine's Day and love readings for the full moon, so watch out for those. Otherwise, take care. Have a good day.